Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 28 of my multi-cloud network architecture series, and I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, 3 months to be exact. We've been insanely busy here at Aviatrix. Our customer base has grown exponentially, our internal team has grown exponentially, and we've just been going at it hard. The past 3 months at Aviatrix have been a blur. We've had our heads down releasing new features and functionality in our Aviatrix controller and in the Aviatrix CoPilot visibility platform. We take to heart every single feature request that our enterprise customers in every single vertical all around the world ask us for. And we continue to innovate at a pace that's unparalleled. Today, I'm going to be focusing on the newest release of CoPilot 1.4 and 3 main features that are changing the cloud visibility game. Buckle up, let's get started. Among many new visibility features for the cloud that we brought to release 1.4, there are 3 main features that really blow my mind that I have to show you today, and I've been demonstrating these to my customers, and man, are they amazed, and you will be as well. Let's start with the transit view for topology. If you recall from my previous videos, I showed you how the Aviatrix CoPilot topology section can build a live, real-time updating view of your entire multi-cloud network. We will show you the nitty-gritty of how everything is connected. We will show you all the regions you have deployed, all the subnets and VPCs that are built out, the transits you have built out connected to each other, the on-prem connectivity via VPNs, the status of all these links, historical data around latency to expose the performance of the underlying CSP or cloud service provider. We will even show you instances that live in all your cloud networks. You can click on anything here and gather more data that we're taking from the cloud service providers and providing an easily digestible view and an easy way to search through all your resources in the cloud. Go watch some of my videos on this feature. It's really, really powerful, but it's also extremely comprehensive. And so there's a lot that shows up here. If you have a really big cloud network, it can get a little daunting to use this view, even though it's super detailed. What if you want something a little bit cleaner or simpler? Well, we've brought that out with the transit tab here. So as you can see, we've now collapsed all the transits into this one Aviatrix transit icon. You can still open it up and see all the transits that live in there, but you don't have all these cross links and connections that make the topology a little bit daunting to look at. You can still open things up, you can still recluster, and we can close it back up. And even the way spokes hang off the transit is much cleaner. It's easier to visualize how traffic gets from point A to point B using the transit view, especially if you have a large network. Brilliant. Let's move on to the next feature. I'm beyond excited to introduce and demonstrate Topology Replay. I've been showing this feature to all of my customers and everybody is blown away. Check this out. If you recall, the Aviatrix controller and CoPilot talk to each other. They're continually indexing and saving and monitoring what's happening across your multi-cloud network architecture. So what we've done is we've taken all that data and built this beautiful UI so that you can scrub through everything that's happening on a day-to-day basis, hour by hour, minute by minute. Down here we have this preview pane and we can move it around and we can see what's happened in the network across these different days. So you can see these little dots here are showing you where things have changed, but if we zoom in closer we can see, oh, there are several different changes within that time period. So we have a baseline, of course, and from there you can see what's changed. So from the baseline to this change right here that happened at 1642 on that day, we can click it. And okay, within there are more changes. All right, let's expand it. Let's view every single change. Let's click that one. So from the baseline, there were 7 changes here. From that particular change, there were 75 changes, and so on. You can continue to move this and see the changes from point to point. You can see it continually change. More and more changes were occurring, probably because I was making changes for my customers. I was demonstrating things, or I was labbing things out for my customers, proving out different functions and whatnot. Or I was turning on, adding, removing networks in my multi-cloud network architecture. You could go and delete some of these entries if you didn't want them. For example, let's say I don't care about what happened here. Okay, let's delete those guys. Now that's going to go away. I don't need to worry about those changes. Maybe they were false positives or something you don't care about. You don't want them on your timeline. You can remove them here. Okay, another cool thing here is that not only do we show you in the right-hand pane here every single change that's occurred, whether it's a route add, a route remove, a gateway up, a gateway down, a new peering, a peering removable, maybe it's a VPN connection that's been built. Anything you're doing in your cloud network is going to be cataloged here, and you can search through it and find it. We show you the additions, the edits, and the deletes in your multi-cloud network. We also show you every single component of the network that's being affected by that change. And so we can double click, for example, this cluster in the East Transit. Let's open it up. It looks like these two nodes, these two Aviatrix gateways, are contributing to all of the changes during that period that we clicked. So you can click one of them and you can focus on that particular gateway and see the changes that were occurred. It looks like I've added a bunch of routes and started advertising some new routes across my peerings. Okay, so you can continue to go through and visualize everything you've done over the week, over the month. You can use this for security correlation, for auditing, for rollback, for post-mortem. This is incredible, right? You don't have a way to do this with any other solution out there. Not even the native cloud service providers can offer anything even close to this. This is revolutionary. These are our patents, and customers are benefiting from this already. Truly incredible. Last but not least, I've got to show you multi-cloud network segmentation visibility. Check this out. Remember, Aviatrix is the first and only multi-cloud network architecture solution and platform that enables you to build VRF-like segments across any cloud in a simple and seamless manner. There's nothing out there like this. You can take different VPCs, VNets, VCNs, VPNs, site-to-cloud connections, connections to our partners, connections to on-prem, connections to SD-WAN edges. We don't care. You can take any one of these connection points that end up in the cloud and assign them to a segment. You can see in my environment, I have a dev segment, a prod segment, a shared segment, and a no connect segment. I called that one no connect because I purposely designed it in a way that it wouldn't connect to any other segment. Only VPCs, VNets, and VPNs within that segment can talk to each other. So now we can visualize these logical paths. So let's take a look at that. I have this West workload VPC that's in the prod segment, and you might want to figure out, well, who can it talk to based on the policies that I've built? So you highlight it, and you can see that now a green highlighted path is shown, and you can see it can talk to two other VNets in the shared segment, as well as all the other VPCs and VNets in its own segment called prod. See how it highlighted everything green? And everything else gets bolded so you know what it can talk to. Let's do another one. Let's look at the no connect. You can see here only the VPNs or the VPCs or VNets within that segment can talk to each other, nothing else. Brilliant. Isn't this brilliant? I just love playing around with this. You can figure out in seconds who is supposed to be able to talk to who else based on your policy. If you scroll down, you can see here a view of how segments talk to each other. So we're trying to show you the security domain relationships instead of having all the nodes and VPNs on the page. So that's a logical view. Let's take a look at the physical view. So you can see I have all my different VPNs, my site-to-cloud connections, my VPCs and VNets, and what transit gateways they are attached to, and then how, from a segmentation perspective, they're able to communicate with each other. So all these guys here are on the West Transit. All the guys over here are on the Azure Transit. And so if I highlight it, bam, you can see exactly who they're able to talk to over which transits. Love it. Okay, before I let you all go, I need to show you a little Easter egg that our engineering team brought to CoPilot. It's called dark mode. If you're like me, you're all about the aesthetics. Absolutely love dark mode anything. My iPhone is dark mode. iPad is dark mode. I have everything in dark mode because it just looks cool, right? But also, if you're like me and you're working at 1 or 2 in the morning and it's dark outside and everything in your house is dark, you really want your screen to be dark as well so that it doesn't hurt your eyes. And so this is a really useful feature, honestly. Other than the aesthetics of it, it's quite useful. And that's it for this video. I really want to encourage every single one of you watching my video right now to go and download the Aviatrix controller and Aviatrix CoPilot into your cloud network. I don't care if it's your own personal lab, if it's your enterprise cloud, go and download it, run it, play it, start realizing the power of this platform. It takes 15 minutes to get this thing up and running, and it's all on the meter. So it really costs you nothing to just at least play with it and get it going and to visualize and to see how things would work in your network. It takes very little investment of your time and money to see massive value. I'm looking forward to hearing about your experiences with the platform. Throw them down in the comments, give me a like on this video, share it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.